Libra, welcome to your reading for the month of March 2016. This month, you start with the Eight of Hearts. Really good card. This is a card of getting something that you want. It's kind of like a gift from the universe. It says that you did some really good things in the past. Maybe you've donated some of your time, some of your money, something like that, or you did something nice for somebody in the past, and now that's coming back to a lot of you. So a lot of you could be experiencing some like really nice karmic returns at this time, especially if you did some work. For the rest of you, this could also be work returning to you. Like if you've been working on a business and it hasn't been working out, this could be you actually seeing a little bit of forward momentum here and maybe some things going forward. If you've been working on a relationship, maybe you've been working to try to get a relationship, this is you maybe meeting somebody finally or connecting with somebody online finally, especially if it's been a long time. I would say that for you Libras out there that haven't had a relationship in a long time, things this month are probably going to start looking up. Are they going to be 100% perfect? No, not at all. But maybe finally you'll start to see like little bits and pieces of a relationship starting to materialize in your life. This is also a great card to work really hard under. So, if you want a raise or something like that, or if you want to earn more money, or if you want a relationship, work extra hard under this card because it's like the more work you do, the more you're going to get back with this card. Next, you have the Two of Clubs, which is it's kind of like a card of needing to face adversity, needing to face really more difficult times, maybe some of your own fears, and overcome some things. I'm getting something on this, so I'm just trying to. That's why I'm stumbling around there. But maybe facing adversity even as well to see success, and kind of getting an off message on it, so that's why also again I'm stumbling, but it's definitely a card of success. This is a card of doing very successful things. I always say that J.D. Rockefeller was born under this card, and he invested during one of the scariest times ever, during the Great Depression, and he became very successful, founded Standard Oil during that time, and became what would be, he would have been, if he was alive today, his company would be the most successful company that exists right now. He'd be like a multi-billionaire and everything today. And he did that all during a time where people said, don't do this, don't do that, under a time of great fear. So that's a perfect example of what this card represents, but for our whole lives. So, maybe we're afraid of relationships. Maybe we're afraid to get into a relationship, but maybe that's what we need to do. We need to do what scares us to make us more successful. Or maybe we want to start a business, but we're afraid to leave the job that we currently have. But this card really wants you to act during times of heightened fear to overcome those things, because once we release those fears, that's when we become very successful. And you end with a card that really speaks to this as well, so we'll talk about that again in a second. You have the Jack of Hearts coming up next. This can be an admirer, somebody who's interested in you coming in. It can also be a card of needing to have more fun. Sometimes the Jack of Hearts comes up when we're being too serious in life. We're not taking the time to go out with friends. We're not taking the time to have fun and things like that. It's a card of needing to mix it up and maybe just get off the hamster wheel for a little bit, just to kind of release our minds. I tell people I go for 2 walks every single day where I just literally try to think about nothing. I just zone out on those walks. And I think that would probably serve you well as well this month. And it's that kind of, the Jack of Hearts represents that. It represents just letting your mind go and not thinking about anything, any of your worries, any of your fears, or anything like that. Because during those times, that's when we can have a lot of good ideas. Do whatever your hobbies are. Sometimes that separates our brain from actually thinking about things, and then that's when the solutions come in, and that's what this card represents. Next, you have the Three of Hearts, which is a great card. A couple other signs have had this month. It's a card of just feeling emotionally happy. It's a card of emotional happiness, being happy with what we're doing, having just a sense of well-being as well. So it's a good month for that. So that's nice to see. But you also have the Tower coming up at the end. This card has 4 of the major arcana from the tarot deck, and the Tower, to me, is not as scary as a lot of people make it out to seem. The Tower is about something breaking away from our lives, but as scary as that might seem, we always end up so much better off during a Tower type event, when this card comes up. And sometimes under this card, I tell a story that a couple years ago, I had the Tower come up with somebody who did a reading for me, and I lost basically everything in my life during that time, and this isn't going to happen to you, so don't freak out. But If that didn't happen to me, so many other amazing things would not have happened in my life, and I wouldn't end up where, wouldn't have ended up where I am. So, the tower can seem scary, and again, you might have to overcome some of these fears and let some things go, but I think what's on the other side of that is so much better, is so much healthier, and just a better life. So some of you might experience having to let something go, something might break away or break off this week, or this month, I should say, but it's probably for the better. So thank you for watching. Looks like you have a great month. Even with that tower card, I would say everything else looks really good. So thank you for watching and enjoy your month.